Hey everyone. Let me start that over. Hello, hello, hello everyone. I made a rant the other day about transgender bathrooms, which apparently touched a lot of people's opinions. Today I saw a video posted on YouTube. I do not know when the news cast happened. I don't know. But I saw it and it pissed me right off. Okay? So, apparently, this transgender activist in Pakistan was shot. Apparently by a gang that kind of, I don't know how to say it, kind of targets the transgender community in, anyway, she was, shot. She's 25 years old, and as she was bleeding to death in the hospital, they ridiculed her, they humiliated her, they asked her, apparently if she danced? I don't know, maybe calling her a prostitute, I don't know. I don't know. As I don't know too much about the culture in I do know about the culture in Pakistan. I don't really know, like, maybe that's a joke against transgender people. Like, maybe there's a lot of transgender people who dance or are into that. I don't know, and I don't care. At least I admit when I don't know something, okay? And I don't know. So, whatever. They asked her if she did that. They argued while she was bleeding to death about what ward they would put her in, the man's ward or the woman's ward. This is a growing fucking problem, okay? I'm sorry. This pissed me off. She died. She ultimately died. She succumbed to her injuries because they eventually lifted her to, or brought her to the VIP ward. Why is the VIP ward any different than the woman or man's ward? I don't fucking know, and I don't fucking care. Because you know what? If you're in the profession of being a doctor, or a nurse, EMT worker, whatever, you do not have the choice to decide who you're going to, Wolverine, who you're going to work on. You don't get to do that. You took an oath as a person, a medical person, that you would, fireman, anything, that you would choose who you're going to work with, okay? And if you can't work in that position, if you can't stick by the oath to help and, save lives, then you honestly should not be a fucking doctor or a nurse or anything like that. That would be like a fireman going into your house and being like, you know what, I don't like blondes. You can go up in flames. What? What even? Okay? First of all, you're religious, that was the best part. Somebody in my Facebook post or whatever said, oh, well, there's still a delayed country, as far as, like, religious beliefs and whatever go, and that they're not as progressive as us. Let me tell you what's wrong with that, because we are not as progressive as everybody thinks. If we are sitting here, I'm gonna move the screen so I can't see Wolverine. We are not as progressive as we think if we are sitting here fighting over what fucking bathroom a transgender person is gonna use, okay? We are not as progressive as you think if a gay person in the South, it's okay to be killed. I'm not saying legally it's okay, but apparently it seems to happen a lot. So we are not as we're not as progressive as we think if just now or just recently gay marriage was legalized. Okay? We are not progressive. We like to think we are, but we're not. We're just as fucking delayed as everybody else. Okay? We're still hiding behind our religious fucking beliefs and all this other bull fucking shit. And I'm sorry I'm cursing a lot. Children, do not watch this, okay? I'll put a warning in the link. We're not. We are no fucking different than that third world country who just let a woman bleed to death because she's transgender. So, as far as us not being progressive, whatever, you're not hiding behind your religious belief. You're a fucking asshole. And that's the end of it. Okay? People who think this way about other human beings, who can actually sit there and try to logically explain why somebody sat with 6 fucking gunshots, bleeding to death, and no one is helping her. They're just laughing at her. If you can sit there and try to explain to me why that happens, no. Your first reaction should be fucking anger, because that was my first goddamn reaction, okay? My reaction was so angry, I had to get off Facebook because I could not. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm done. Okay? If your first anger is not outrage, whatever, even if you can kind of sit there and be like, oh, well, you know what, this happens because of this reason and this reason, fine. But you should still be angry. A human being died. How would you feel? Close your eyes and imagine how you would feel if you were shot 6 times for being somebody that you are, okay? And you sat in hospital bleeding to death while people laughed at you, decided where you should go because of your fucking gender, okay? Not, okay, the women's ward is full, should we put her in the man's ward? No, it was, is she a man or a woman? Who the fuck cares? She's fucking dying, just treat her. I mean, it just boggles my fucking mind. I mean, here, as far as I know, we don't have that. Like, you go to the ER, you get fucking treated. That was it with everybody else. You sit in a fucking room, everybody else, as long as they have the same kind of disease that you have, like the recovery ward or the rehab ward or whatever the fuck it is. Jesus Christ, I should not have put Wolverine on. Anyway, sorry. It's just, it boggles my fucking mind that somebody would sit there, and the person is related to me, and I'm not saying that I hate them, I'm not saying that I hate their views, I'm not saying anything, but just the fact that they sat there and tried to explain away what this tragedy. I mean, they didn't even write, oh my god, that's so sad. That's so sad that happened, but everybody's, not as progressive as we are. That would have been fine with me, because you're acknowledging that it's a sad thing that happened. But to just sit there and be like, oh, well, you know what, everybody's not as progressive as we are. And again, we're not progressive, because we're still arguing over whether or not abortion should be, legal or made illegal, or if fucking birth control should be given to people. Birth control should be covered by health insurance from jobs or whatever. Which that issue is stupid all on its own anyway, because medical insurance can cover Viagra, but can't cover birth control, huh? Okay. So, in Christians' minds, it's okay to get a boner, but it's not okay to not have a baby. I guess that's because, Be fruitful and multiply. Keep your fucking opinions to yourself, honestly. Okay, so I can't even say keep your opinions to yourself because here I am blurting out my own opinions. But what you don't have a right to do is to have your opinions, and I will state this again from my last one, you don't have a right to have your opinions put somebody else in bodily harm. Okay? If you're a doctor, if you're a nurse, if you're an EMT, if you're a firefighter or a police officer, you have a job to fucking do. And that is to protect, if you're a firefighter, whatever, cop, is to protect people, to help them if they are in need. Your job is to take care of people, to treat them medically, etc., etc. I don't give a fuck what your country thinks about religion or thinks about transgender people or whatever. You took a fucking job. You did not take a job. You did not take a job with the oath that said, I vow to treat just the people I like. You didn't do it. Okay? So, honestly and wholly, that is like the last fucking thing I will say about the transgender issue, okay? If you believe that transgender people have a right to be discriminated against, click off and just don't, because I want no part of you, okay? No person, and I'm not saying just transgender people, no person, black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican, fat, skinny, transgender, gay, lesbian, straight even, you have no right to be discriminated against, okay? And I think that, like, honestly, if we all put ourselves in somebody else's position, we would start to think of things a lot differently. Like, what if this was me sitting in a hospital, dying? People refuse to treat me, or they're laughing at, because, I'm a woman with a penis, or a man with a vagina, whatever the fuck it is. Or because I'm black, or because I'm white, or because I'm gay, or because I'm straight. You would all start to see, and I don't mean just think about it like, ha 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 ha. No, like, I mean seriously think about it. You would start to think, or imagine that your children are treated like that. We seem to forget that we have children nowadays that are exposed to so much. Hold on a second. Anyway. So, sorry, my phone. That your children may grow up to be this thing that you fear, and everybody wants to say, it won't happen to me, the same way as, hey, I smoke 80 packs of cigarettes a day, cancer will never happen to me, until you get cancer. Your children can grow up to be these people you are discriminating against. As far as, like, color goes, race goes, your children could fall in love with somebody of another race that you don't like. Open your fucking minds. Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I keep getting news feeds, sorry, from news feeds notifications about this video I posted on. Yeah, so this is all stuff that you should probably think about. Like, my kid could grow up to like a race that I don't like. What am I gonna do? And if your answer is anything but love them just the same, you're a fucking piece of shit. And you don't deserve to have the children. Okay? Because, and that might seem harsh to say, and maybe some of you will hate me, and maybe, whatever, but honestly, again, you don't have any right to pass your beliefs on to somebody else. Okay? You as a parent, your job is to protect, raise, love, and care for your children, educate them on everything, and make them ready for the world. And sitting there telling them, no, this is, I'm not even going to use the words because I don't want to use them and I don't like to use racial slurs, and it goes both ways. I don't like using the ones for whites, Asians, blacks, Puerto Ricans. I don't like using them. But think about it, like, how many times? I mean, not how many times have you used them, but, your job is to educate these people on telling them that a certain race is terrible or certain people are terrible. You're not doing your job. Okay? And you signed up for that job. Same way as a doctor signed up for a job. Do your fucking job. You should be outraged as a human being that another human being was treated this way. And that's not the way the world works, and that makes me absolutely sad. And the fact that people are like, oh yeah, well, it's religion and nah. No, it's not religion. You're just a piece of shit.